Good morning. My name is Ron Seiler from SystemsThinkingConsultant.com. This morning I'm going to bring you a special video called Close Your Eyes, Help Them See. This is a Newtown special. I prepared this special to help the children, more so than anyone else, understand how and why things like this can happen. I've prepared a visual chart so that you can use this as a reminder. Put it up in your office, on your school board, whatever the case may be, to remember how and why things like this occur. Now, the information that I'm about to share with you is strictly my own personal information that I've gathered over the years. I'm a father, I'm a grandfather, and a caring father. And when I, like many of you, see what has transpired, we tend to ask ourselves, why? So let me share with you this simple video, the grid, and show you why a picture is worth 1,000 words. Now, before I go further, I think it's very important we understand the impact of a picture. Many people use the phrase, a picture is worth 1,000 words. That's a black and white picture is worth 1,000 words. But when you start to put color on that picture and sound on that picture, and you start to see things move, those 1,000 words become 100,000 words, and 1,000,000,000 words, and 1,000,000,000,000 words. And this is critical. And I want you to think about this as I go through this video, because every day, morning, noon, and night, whether it's the internet, the television, or the newspapers, the picture is worth 1,000 words. Negative, negative, negative impact. Negative impact. Negative tears down. Positives build. So let's get started. This is an illustration that I've come up with, and you can see along the left side here. This is pretty much who and what our financial success looks like over the years. On the left side here, we have skills, education, and learning. As we grow and we learn, we acquire more knowledge and skills. And the line across the bottom is the timeline. As we get older, we tend to learn more. And this is pretty much before technology, before the internet. You could see that the growth factor, how much we learned, was pretty consistent and straight. Now, today, with the advent of new technology and with the web, you can see that there's been an acceleration of learning. And that learning is very swift and very fast. Now, you'll note where my line stops for today's learning. I have an area called the gap. That gap is below the target area. And I really believe that your target continues to move, but your gap sometimes will get narrower, and sometimes you may close the gap. But that's where your focus is on a daily basis. How do I learn? How do I get better? And how do I close that gap? So we're going to focus on right now is the target. And what I'm showing you through my illustration is that the target, your target, where you need to be, what you need to be doing, is pretty much based on the feedback of your customers, your students. What is it they need, and why do they need it? This is a dynamic learning environment that we live in. It's no longer static. Every day I would envision a good teacher to be modifying and update their curriculum because they need to adapt to a competitive environment that's dynamic. Whether you're in a family or an individual or a business, a small business, or a large government, you need to adapt. Now, I don't want to get into the political side of the business nor the gun side of the business, but we all need to adapt. And it's that feedback that we're getting, the feedback from your customers that tell you how far you are from your gap. And is your target, does your target need to change? Do you need to go a little bit left? Because that's part of the global economy. Remember, this is a big picture thinking. You have to understand the big picture. Now, I know that in this very short video, what I'd like to leave you with is hopefully it's going to stimulate a lot of discussion. You can discuss this in your breakfast table over a cup of coffee. But there is a lot of concern that we put positive thoughts out there and people start working together. Now, I've titled this video, Close Your Eyes and Help Them See, because I believe that sometimes by closing our eyes, we can see much clearer. So I'd like to try to do a little experiment with you, and you could determine for yourself, does it work? Okay? It's somewhat like meditation. I'd like you all to close your eyes. Make the room as quiet as possible. And I would even suggest this for journalism. Journalists, close your eyes sometimes. Sit back. Don't say anything. Take a fresh look. But here we go. Close your eyes. What I'd like you to do is see the children in Newtown. See them in their classrooms. See them looking at each other. See them smiling and playing. I want you to see them. And then all of a sudden the door opens. And if you're still watching them with your eyes closed, I want you to hear them. Now, what are they doing as their friends and teachers and start to do things strange? And then I want you to start to feel their pain and smell the smell of gunpowder. That is probably the most negative picture I could ever paint. And we have to stop painting those types of pictures. We have to seek positive. We have to build, no longer destroy. All right? So my closing message to you today is, do something. Do something. And if you're going to do something, please do something positive. Thank you.